Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Before I get stuck into this video, I just want to say thank you for all the new subscribers to this channel, and I really do appreciate the support on the channel and the comments. And although we're in an industry that's full of scam artists and snake oil salesmen, there's some people that really contribute to this channel, and I just want to say thanks for following and providing value yourself, and high engaging replies and commenting on the posts. It really does help us to keep this channel going and push these videos out so many more traders or people looking to invest or speculate get the right information. So thank you to you, because you're awesome. So in this video I want to talk about an opportunity on the radar with the pound yen. It's going to require a little bit of patience, and really I like to reinforce the whole patience thing as a trader, because most of the time as a trader, as a swing trader, retail swing trader, is spent just waiting with the crosshair ready, and then you put your finger on the trigger and then you pull the trigger when the time is right, and that's what pays the bills. I've done many videos on this before. So I'm going to share with you an opportunity on the pound yen, also on the Aussie dollar, and hopefully you can follow along, engage in the comments as well. Tell me what you think, what you're looking at, any other things that you would bear in mind when you're looking at these opportunities, but really just talking you through the process here, because the pound yen is a pair that I wasn't looking at all in my live room for the last few weeks, and now the way that it's behaving, price action is giving us clues as to there may be an opportunity very, very soon on this pair. So let's get stuck in. So what you're looking at here is the trading view charts. I'm using trading view for this demonstration because I know many of you guys love trading view. I'm going to be doing a little series on how to use some of the features on this for you guys who are looking to open an account with trading view. But I do recommend you use this platform because it's so powerful. It's very, very easy to use, user friendly. All the tools that you've got there. It's got a 360 rotational view. The only downside of this particular platform, in my opinion, is the social aspect, because it's like Chinese whispers. Everyone's got an opinion, and the things with opinions is they're a bit like buttholes. Everyone's got one and they all smell like shit. Anyway, into the video. Going to be looking at the daily time frame first. I like to use the daily time frame as my macro view, my bird's eye view, just to form a thesis and a prediction of where price is likely to go and how it's likely to get there. Now, recently, I haven't been interested in this pair because we've been kind of in this channel which really hasn't provided too many, you know, whether you're a consolidation trader or not, there's not been too many opportunities in here, purely because of the size of the pair and the risk on the table for stop loss positioning and things like that. But recently, we've started to stop pushing down, or we've stopped pushing down to the support level of this channel, and we're just kind of bouncing between the midpoint and the highs. So looking left here, we know that structure, at major levels of structure, act like magnets, and if we look left here, we've got this really nice structure zone looking left, and if we zoom out, you're going to see that that level was respected way more often than it's not. I'm not going to scroll out now because it will make you feel nauseous, but you can go and check all the historical data on this, and you'll see that whenever this price level is tested, that it's respected more often than it's not. And now what we're seeing is this, the reason I mentioned this particular pattern is if we look down on my first trading time frame here on the 4 hour, you can see that we're putting in equal highs but higher lows, which indicates, we kind of talk about this behavior as kind of the breaking the attic door. Imagine if you was trying to break into an attic and you hit the door and you took a big swing and you smashed the door, and then you know, the door weakens slightly. Well, when you pull back to hit it again, you haven't got to hit it as hard. You just pull back a little bit less, hit the door again, it weakens again, you pull back even less, hit it again, and eventually it weakens and it breaks. And that's the way I like to describe this pattern, because what we see typically out of this pattern is a break to the upside. And just before I decided to start filming this video, we've seen that break already start to appear. We've seen the breakout, and on the hourly you can see the confirmation there, and we're now approaching that 141.80 level, which is a really attractive zone to look for a short. So what I'm doing now is I've already got my crosshair on and my sight set on this zone up here, where I'm going to be looking to short this market. So the first criteria I need is the overbought condition for RSI. Okay, so we can see that we've already gone overbought. We're not quite up in the zone yet, so I need price action to push up a little bit further. And then what I need is a retest. So I just need a double top on this time frame, on the 60-minute time frame, in order to short this particular pair. And the reason I need a double top is because with this pair, unlike some of the other pairs, because of the way that I manage my my money management strategy, I have a fixed position size on this particular account. Okay, so I don't risk a percentage, I risk a fixed position size, and depending on how many, I want to make sure that I can be in, depending on how many trades I'm in, I want to make sure that I never even come close to my maximum allowable drawdown or maximum exposure of risk at any one time. So I have to be careful about that, and I have to think carefully about how I enter different markets, because the ATR, the average true range, will be a determining factor in that. The pound yen is a massive pair in terms of ATR, which means a lot of money can be made, but also a lot of money can be lost. So the reason I look for a double top on this particular entry is because I like to get stops above structure. Now, of course, the ideal stop placement here is going to be, let's just bring on the trend line. The ideal stop placement is going to be up here, right? Above previous structure. That's going to be the safest breathing room for a stop loss order. And I often talk about this as well. I see a lot of traders not putting as much effort or analysis or paying as much attention into analyzing optimal target place positions and optimal stop loss positions. They're all out there trying to identify the highest probability entry for a reaction, but they don't put that same effort and attention into identifying the target zone or the stop loss zone, when in actual fact they're all orders. Okay, and what you're looking for is a reaction. So you're looking for, in target taking, you're looking for squeezing as much profit out of the move as possible without being too greedy and then it kind of rolling over and you just miss it because your target's way off. And the stop loss also giving the market breathing room so that you don't get stopped out every single time, and you're giving it, enough breathing room to kind of play out. So a lot of attention should go into stop loss positioning and position taking, so that it's erred in your favor. And not many people do that. So obviously the ideal stop loss position would be up here. For me, I need it above structure. So the great thing about a double top is that if we push up to this zone, as long as we push up to this zone, if we get a double top up here, then the initial test becomes the structure. So I can take a stab at this and get stops above the top and enter on the second test, on the close of the second test, and that's really important. And then once the market's closed and the next bar market opens and I enter at market, then I've got tight stops and a really good reward to risk profile on the trade, because we can't obviously measure that out right now because we don't know where that's gonna play out, or if it's gonna play out. But I'd be looking at structure for target taking. Okay, so let's just say that I enter something like this, then my stop loss would be above the structure. So let's just color this in red. Okay, and my target would be at this inside structure zone here, right? So just above these closes, which is where my target would be. Now again, that is not a greedy move, and it's quite a conservative target position, but it gives me a great reward to risk. And if I can take these every single time, believe me, I will, because this is what, a 3-to-1? That means I can take 3 of these and still be back at break even by 1 winner. So that's what I'm looking for on the pound yen. One thing to note on this is I have to be prepared to be stopped out and then enter again potentially, depending on what else price action shows me in that zone, because until we've broke out and closed above this particular high, which is the highest high of the previous high, that's a mouthful, then it's not invalidated. It's still a valid short. So you've got to be prepared to be stopped out and take the trade again without getting that whole revenge trade thing going on, and having the discipline to know you know, when your trade executions are valid and when they're not, and trading the plan. So again, that reinforces the importance of, if I get stopped out of this one and then take the next one, well, I'll still make back what I lost plus more because of my reward to risk profile. So that's what I'm looking at the on the pound yen. You'll also notice that in the middle of this zone is 142.50. That is a great level. Anyone trading or testing this pair will know that the 50 levels are very, very powerful. Even if you're using 50% retracements and things like that, they're very, very powerful in this particular market. So the last thing I want to show you is the Aussie dollar. The Aussie Cad. And the Aussie Cad is another interesting trade on the radar, and it might be for the future. It might be in the next few days, maybe next week. But on the daily, yes, we're in a bullish trend here. But what I'm looking at is that one flat level. We all know that the one flat level is powerful in any market. Okay, so $1 flat is... We're approaching that level now. We've got about obviously we're about 1,500 pips away, so it's quite a way away, but we are pushing up towards that dollar flat level. And if we push up to there, again, I want to just chuck this out as a kind of, not a hindsight trade, a prediction. If we push up to this zone in the next couple of weeks, just in case you're not on this channel and you're not up to date, this is the zone I'll be looking at shorting, similarly to what I'm looking at on the pound yen, except I can be much more aggressive on this pair. Okay, so I can look for a high test candle up here, I can look for tweezer tops, I can look for a 3-bar reversal, I can look for a doji candle depending on what type of doji candle it is, and I can enter much more aggressively on this pair than I can on the pound yen. So something to keep in mind. Something that we've seen just play out recently, which may cause a little bit of a pause on this, is we had this ascending channel, okay, just like the one we predicted on the euro dollar as well. We had a lovely ascending channel here that broke to the downside eventually, which was really nice. But just going back to the Aussie Cad, we had that there so that we could see some momentary pause here. It's a long way off to $1 flat, but it is approaching that zone. We know these levels are like magnets, so there's a strong probability that we will test that level, and when we do, I'll be looking for a short there to take off some nice little bit of profit at that level. So let me know in the comments how you would handle these. I'm interested to know, you guys that watch this channel, and I want to know how you trade. I want to know your style of trading, what you would look at, what you would bear in mind, any additional filters you would use. Let me know in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, make sure you do, and hit the bell for notifications so that you get notified each and every week when we release these videos. I'm releasing about 2 videos a week on this channel at the moment, and then my show's coming as well, so watch out for that. So until next time, guys, have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the markets. Take care.